Yo, what's up guys, Shadi here, and welcome to week 2 of the SCL. This week we're up against Mouldy and his Wolverhampton Wongullers, which is a beautiful name. Links to Mouldy will be down in the description below. He's a fantastic dude, I love him. He's been around since ages. I've known him for a couple of years now, and he's really funny. And he's getting more and more into Pokemon again because he kind of didn't play a lot for a while. And yeah, you should check out his channel. He's a lovely dude, and I encourage you to check him out and watch his stuff because he's pretty fucking cool. Anyway, you should see the two drafts, or at least his draft, in front of you right now. You should know mine by now, maybe, potentially. But I think for this week and maybe next week, I will keep it in still. So yeah, I'm not going to go into spreadsheet. I'm just going to put a screenshot on there because that's a lot easier and looks a lot better, I feel. And also the teams are not next to each other on the spreadsheet, so would be complicated anyway. So, Mouldy's draft consists of Skarmory, Florges, Mewnich, Nidoking, Tangrowth, Seismitoad, Entei, Druddigon, and Slowking. Very, very fat draft. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dedicated defensive mons, all of which can hit okay hard offensively outside of Skarmory and Florges. All of them can hit pretty hard actually. And he has 3 offensive threats in the form of Mewnich, Entei, and Nidoking. The only fast thing on his team is Mewnich, so I definitely expect him to bring that, just because it outspeeds my entire team. My electric immunity is Excadrill, which gets bopped by any fire move it carries, and Latias gets hit by Signal Beam really fucking hard, unless I'm a really, really bulky build, which, spoilers, I am. It also is Rotom Mow, and yeah, basically he can Volt Switch around on my team because Excadrill is not going to want to switch in, and I'm not even bringing it, as you can see right in front of you already. Something else I'm expecting is Skarmory, because Skarmory is just okay against my team. It was a couple things. Slowking I'm expecting, Tangrowth kind of, Florges kind of, and Nidoking I'm also expecting, because Nidoking is Nidoking. It breaks my walls, kind of, though my draft deals with it a lot better than most teams, so that's pretty nifty. I have okay checks for it. Entei, I don't think it's coming. I don't think there's much point in it because I have Elmola, Miltank, and Latias, which can all take it on reasonably well. Also have Terrakion and Excadrill and Greninja to check it. Excadrill, of course, if it's Scarfed. I think Jolly outspeeds Adam and Entei. Yeah, it does, so that's a thing. Gofargus can also take its hits reasonably well, unless it's banded, so that's a thing. And I don't think Seismitoad is coming against my draft. Not because it doesn't have a it doesn't have a bad matchup. It's just that everything it can do against my team, something else on this draft does better, I feel. So yeah, those are just the kind of thoughts going into this. Slowking is a threat offensively. Tangrowth is very, very annoying. Skarmory and Florges are not too threatening to my draft because I have multiple things that can break that core. And yeah, most one I'm most afraid of is Mewnich and Nidoking. Those two combined are really spooky because Mewnich can Volt Switch out and then Nidoking can come in and basically get a kill or get a lot of damage off, and I'm not a fan of it. So yeah, that's kind of the thoughts going into this. But of course, as always, I prep for all of his mons because that's the only smart thing to do in this format. If you don't prep for something, then that's just not a good way to do it. It's just how it is. So yeah, looking at his team, the first thing I realized that Banded Terrakion just KOs everything. He is nothing. Actually, absolutely fucking nothing. It can switch into Terrakion. That's probably because the game doesn't give us many things that can even do that, but he doesn't have one of those very few things, which I can't even think of what would that be. Skarmory gets 2-KO by close combat. If you've played 5th gen, you know that that's a very relevant calc from that time. Banded Terrakion, 2-KO Skarmory. Florges doesn't switch in, Mewnich doesn't switch in even with Intimidate. Nidoking doesn't want to take it even though it resists both of its stabs. Tangrowth doesn't appreciate it at all. It gets 2-KO, Toad gets 2-KO, Entei dies, Druddigon I think dies, and Slowking does not take a Stone Edge well whatsoever. So that's the first one I brought. Jura D choice Banded Terrakion with justified ability, Close Combat, Stone Edge, Earthquake, and Stealth Rock. I had Quick Attack initially just because I wanted to run Quick Attack Terrakion. Then I changed a couple of things around. I didn't have Stealth Rocks anymore because I had Miltank initially, then I got rid of it, and yada yada. Basically, I ended up with rocks on Terrakion just in case. I don't need them, but considering that Terrakion forces switches, I can get them up and then go from there. especially if I see Entei being threatening at some point. I don't know. I can do that, but basically I didn't need quick attack necessarily. So, yeah, rocks there. CC and Staunch destroys team. Earthquake hits the Nidoking and destroys it. It also hits a lot of his team really, well, decently hard. Gives me a safe move to click in against a lot of things because it still 2 KOs them depending on their spreads. It also all-kills Mewnich even after Intimidate, while it can potentially have a close combat. I'm running Adamant Max Attack because his next fastest thing is Entei, and he has to bring Adamant Entei because he's gonna have E-Speed. There's no way around it. He has to bring E-Speed against my team because Greninja Revenge kills it so easily, and Latias as well. Just I feel like he has to bring E-Speed. So, yeah, Adamant 192 speed, which is enough to outspeed Adamant Entei, which is 299, which is one of the few speed tiers I actually know based on hundreds and stuff like that. And just the rest in HP. And this thing is gonna put in the finest of work, and I'm looking forward to it. So, next thing I realized is that a Crow Fagrius can actually just sweep his team as well. Leftovers with Mummy, Shadow Ball, Calm Mind, Rest, Sleep Talk. Max HP, 156 defense with a Bolt Nature, 92 in special defense, and 8 in speed. 8 in speed is just because he has a Slowking. I might be able to outspeed it. I could have tried to be slower than it for whatever reason, but I know why not be faster. So I just put those 8 EVs in there just in case. It is not level 50, so 8 EVs actually do something. Those 92 special defense EVs are so that Mega Manectric or Nidoking, one of two, I don't actually remember, cannot 2 kill me at +1, and that's pretty nifty because they are both threatening, and I can basically set up on him after I get up 1 Calm Mind. Yeah. I like Cavaliers, and it can do so much work against Mouldy team with the set. His only real phaser is Skarmory, and that takes a metric fuck ton from Shadow Ball, so unless he catches me on a bad Sleep Talk roll or something, I just bop him and do so much damage to him to the point where it's basically useless and everything in my team can revenge kill it, outside of Aloe because Aloe is slow. So, next thing I realized, well, I think I realized it before Cofagrius, but is that Choice Specs Gardevoir, Mirajan Gardevoir just run through his team as well. Trace is the ability Moonblast, Thunderbolt, Psyshock, and Heal Bell in the last slot. 212 HP, max special attack, modest, and 44 speed. I wanted some speed investment, and the best benchmark I had was Uninvested Nidoking. He's not going to bring Uninvested Nidoking, but I cannot speed it. And it means I outspeed everything else that might want to speed creep me, like, for example, Seismitoad, and even Florges, stuff like that. Even Skarmory could be super duper speedy, and that would not be fun. And yeah. Moonlight Psyshock just destroy everything on his team. T-Bolt is for Skarmory, which is the one thing that walls that relatively well, but Moonlight's tweet kills a non-speed of Skarmory anyway. Well, it's a roll, but it has a good chance to. And T-Bolt also hits Slowking, which is the other thing that could switch in. So, yeah, I don't need anything else. Trick would be useless because I don't want to trick his defensive mons at all. Also, maybe Skarmory, but yeah, I need the specs to do the damage I want to do. And Heal Bell, I really want to Heal Bell against his team because Entei can burn my shit. He has a lot of slow, bulky mons that might have status. He could have Discharge or T-Wave or Mega Electric. I don't fucking know, man. Scald and Toad and Slowking. So I just wanted something for Heal Bell just in case, and Gardevoir was what ended up being the thing. Trace is also nice against this team because I can trace Regenerator. I can trace fucking Sheer Force from Nidoking. Let's say it's scarfed and locked into Ice Beam, I guess. I can come in, trace that Sheer Force, and be the strongest Gardevoir in history. I can also trace it from Druddigon potentially, which is pretty cool. I can trace Water Absorb from Seismitoad and switch into that. And the main thing is I can switch into Manectric before it Mega Evolves and get Lightning Rod. And that's my plan. I'm going to lead off with the thing, because if he sees my team, he's going to lead with Mega Manectric. There's no way around it. He has no reason not to. And I'm going to counter lead that with the thing. Trace its Lightning Rod, and he can't touch me, and I can get a huge hit off on anything. Prevent him from Mega Evolving. And that's going to be pretty nifty. Yeah, because if he's not Mega Evolved, I have things that can potentially outspeed it. In theory, they don't, because if he's Max Speed, they don't, because I tried to speed creep the Entei and didn't go for Manectric because I'm bad at the game. Also because I didn't care. Like, I didn't feel like it was worth it after, you know, yeah. I wanted Adamant on Terrakion, I wanted the thing I have on Gringer, which you see. I want to bulk on Ladias, so yeah. But God of War can put in finest of work and can revenge kill a lot of things very easily, because the team is super duper slow. So, moving on, we have Cordelia de Ladias with Leftovers and Levitate. Defog, Psyshock, Draco Meteor, and Roost. Max HP, 188 in special attack and 68 speed with Timid Nature. I want the thing to be max HP, because that way I can take on Mega Electric decently well. It also helps me deal with Nidoking, because I can take Sludge Waves, doesn't tweak KO me. Ice Beam doesn't tweak KO me if he's Scarfed. If he's not Scarfed, I would speed him, and I threaten him out with a Psyshock. And yeah, I also want a Defogger, just in case. It's not necessary, but just in case. I could use one. I don't have T-Bolt because I have things that can break Skarmory. Like, I have things that can bait it into Terrakion and God of War and bop it. So yeah, I didn't need T-Bolt at all. I'm not too worried about Florges, to be honest, though I don't have to save or switch-ins into it, but I can deal with it. I'm pretty sure I can. So it's annoying, but I can deal with it. And Roost for longevity, because fuck my electric volt switching around on me and just willing me down. I need recovery. This is also my switch into Tangrowth. It's my emergency backup check for Entei. It checks Druddigon, obviously, even though Sucker Punch is going to do a lot if he's offensive. But I'd speed him and I can drop a Draco and kill him. Yeah, that's all Ladias is there for, really. Moving on, we're bringing Fred the Almola with Leftovers and Regenerate as ability, Wish, Protect, Toxic Scald. Pretty self-explanatory. Max HP, max special defense with Calm Nature and 4 in defense. This is my answer to Entei, because even though I'm special defensive, I can take its hits reasonably well. It's also one of my checks to Nidoking. With this spread, I can take on Nidoking decently well if it doesn't go for T-Bolt. It's also my answer to Slowking, which is the main thing. I need something I can take on Slowking's hits, and the thing I can Toxic it and then just go from there. If it's like a Crow King, that could be spooky, but yeah. Crow King could definitely be spooky, but I didn't think he would bring it. I don't know. Yeah, I think it can be Crow King because I have Terrakion, which does a lot of damage, and I have a lot of things that can revenge kill it after that damage because it does a lot. So yeah, Fred is just there to toxic shit, toxic over something like knockoff or whatever, because I wanna toxic Tangrowth on the switch in, toxic Seismitoad definitely, and Slowking of course. So, Protect is there. I don't usually like running Protect on this just because it doesn't need it most of the time. But in this matchup, because Entei can do a lot if it's Adamant, Ban, and Stone Edge, and has a high crit ratio as well, I want to have the security just in case to get more leftovers back and secure my Wish as well. If he makes like a ballsy play, he doesn't even take that much from Scald, so he can switch in, stay in relatively well. And yeah, so moving on, we have Lobok the Greninja with the X-Propelled Torrent ability, Ice Beam, Scald, Gungshot, and Spikes. Max special attack with a Rash Nature, 18 speed, and the rest 176 in attack. The thing also to kills his entire team, outside of Seismitoad, Slowking, and a specially defensive Skarmory. However, as they switch in, I can get up a Spike, and that's going to be very, very nice for me, because I don't think his Skarmory is going to have Defog. It could, but if it does, then it's set up for Fergus. And once again, I have things that can bait in Skarmory and kill him. I'm going to have to drink something because my throat is really, really dry. Excuse me. Okay, now that's out of the way. I can run a plus special attacks nature on Greninja just because Entei is his next fastest thing. I should have probably most definitely speed crept a Mewnich before Mega Evolving because of my plan of it not letting it Mega Evolve, but didn't do it because I'm stupid. Gungshot still 2 kills Florges, even without Protein. I don't need Protein to 2 kill that fucker. Ice Beam is there for, let me think, Tangrowth obviously. And that's basically it. Though Gungshot 2 kills it, I don't want to miss. So basically, Gungshot plus Ice Beam, no matter what combination 2 kills any Tangrowth spread that exists. And let's see, it decides to be a hacker and have 252 in both stats, something like that. Yeah, it could be Brute and Assault Vest. So yeah, Greninja is my revenge killer and my late game cleaner. After these two over here have put in work, after Fergus has put on pressure, Greninja's gonna come in and revenge kill all the things. At least that is the plan. So, As a team for this week, I really like it, to be honest. And yeah, that's that. I'm gonna pause real quick and then we get into the game. And yeah, holy shit, 50 minutes of team preview. This is why I have extra videos normally. Anyway, let's go. Okay, so we're at the game now. As you can see the teams in front of you. You know what I brought, unless you skip the team review, which I will probably put a button thing somewhere if I don't forget. As you can see, the team he brought: Mewnich, Skarmory, Tangrowth, Slowking, Entei, and Throgus. No Nidoking, but Entei instead. Very interesting. Entei is a threat regardless, even though I do have decent switch-ins to it. So that's the thing. I don't have to deal with Nidoking, which is so nice for me. Don't have to deal with annoying things like Druddigon, which would rough skin Rocky Helmet could will my Terrakin down a little bit more. Don't deal with Seismitoad, which is kind of cool, I guess. And yeah, it's all there is to say, really. As I said, I'm going to lead off with God of War because there's no reason not to. I expect his Mimicry to be his lead. And I can trace Lightning Rod and do. So, as I said, he is going to lead with Mimicry exactly as I predicted, exactly as I planned. And God of War is going to trace Lightning Rod. He's going to have to switch out of here because Flamethrower and Overheat both do nothing. And I'm just going to fire off a Moonblast because it's everything on his team relatively hard. And he's going to go into Entei because it can take every hit. And that does so much damage. Just resist it. That tells me this is not an AV Entei. It's not a super bulky variant. I'm going to make the safe switch into my Almola because it is my dedicated counter to it. As he's going to reveal the Toxic. Very nice planning on his part, expecting either my Almola or my Miltank to be the switch-ins. Mainly my Almola probably, and getting Toxic off on that. That's very nice on his part. So I'm just going to go for a Toxic of my own because I'm expecting Tangrowth to come in, potentially Throgus, but mainly Tangrowth or potentially even Slowking. So getting Toxic off on any of those would be nice. Even Entei, if that's Toxic, that's cool. So yeah, that's Toxic Tangrowth, that's Toxic Almola, and we're just all having a funny party of being Toxic. So, what I'm going to do here is going to Latios because it's literally my only switch-in. And he's going to predict it very well and go for a knockoff, get the crit at the 69% Giggity. Not ideal because that means I am forced to roost up. However, he's not going to pull double, he's going to stay in. Means more toxic damage up on him, which is just perfect for me. The regenerator will obviously bring him back to a very nice amount of health. I'm just gonna roost up again as my laptop is lagging like crazy right now. So yeah, we're doing things. I'm going to continue to click roost just because I want to get Latias to a decent amount of health, 40 Slowking and 40 Tangrowth later on, and Mewnich of course later on in the game. And yeah, he brings in his shit Flowery Throgus. I'm gonna switch to Hardy, I don't care. I'm gonna go to Cofagrigus because Cofagrigus can set up on this thing. As you can see, Moonblast has a decent chunk, but not quite enough. And this right here is my chance to set up with Cofagrigus. Unless he has Whirlwind on Skarmory or Roar on one of these two, which would be very cool. I can sweep, and that's pretty nifty. However, you will see that this doesn't quite go as expected. I'm gonna put this on fast because this is gonna take a while. And it's also going to get a little bit rambly. So he's going to bring in Entei. This is going to set another Calm Mind. He gets Wish back. This is something I missed somewhere in the test post-com. He has Sacred Fire. I'm going to rest because I want to scout for damage. If he's banned, he can barely 2-KO me. Sacred Fire does nothing. He doesn't get a burn, meaning he is in fact a non-banned Entei. So I'm just going to Sleep Talk and get a Calm Mind plus 3/3. He's going to be Taunt on the Skarmory, which is really cool. I like that. And yeah, he's gonna get a Brox. I'm gonna Shadow Ball him and crit him, which totally matters. He's gonna go down to Sturny. He's gonna roost up this turn. I don't know why, but he does. And I'm gonna knock him over to Shadow Ball, and that's a dead Skarmory. And that is pretty nifty. So first kill of the game is for Cofagrigus. So Taunt wears off, which is fine. He's gonna go into Spaghetti Arms, just trying to get off my leftovers. Or get rid of my leftovers. He's gonna get Mummy, which is pretty nice because after the Shadow Ball, he's gonna be very low. I get a crit. And this time I make a misplay. I was scared of him getting a Leaf Storm crit, so I go for rest. But as you can see, if I would have jumped on that Shadow Ball, he would have been dead. He would have been so many different kinds of dead. It would have been great for me because Tangrowth is a huge annoyance for me. But now he's going to switch out, go into the Floaters, and if I would just gone for the Shadow Ball right there. But yeah, Shadow Ball does nothing to Float because he's a fully specially defensive Float, which is very interesting. I'm not sure what it was supposed to do exactly. He gets a crit with Moonblast, which is annoying, but you know, I'm still gonna not Calm Mind. This is just annoying. Ethan joins at this point in the game. Fun fact of the day. Yeah. I'm gonna rest up this turn because I want to go back to full. He's gonna get a special attack drop, as you saw. I'm gonna skip a couple turns because this is gonna take a while. Heal happens, Wish happens, Moonblast, special attack drops happen here and there. Moonblast stuff drops things. I'm at +6 right here. I'm gonna rest up. So this is, I think, me getting 2 turns of getting 2 turns of nothing from Sleep Talk. And yeah, he gets another special attack drop because that's fun, but I get a Calm Mind, so it doesn't even matter. This time I'm going to wake up as he's going to protect, just to get rid of my terrible PP. That's his only way of winning right now. I'm going for terrible +6, it doesn't 2-hit KO. Yeah, I should have had special attack investment, at least a little bit, but I didn't. I also don't get a special defense drop yet, which is pretty annoying, and honestly, I switch out right here, because I didn't want to sit through this. I didn't care enough to just stay in there and fish for the special attack drop, special defense drop, which I should have gotten at some point already, to be completely honest, but I didn't. So I just switched out because I didn't give a fuck. I really couldn't be fucked to stay in there, because this is not a PPL match. If I lose because of that, I lose because of it. It's whatever. And I still feel like I can still win this game because I do have my 2 massive wall breakers, and Gefragus is still alive. It's not like it's dead, but it's probably going to end up being fodder. So on his protect or Wish, I'm going to go to my God of War as he does go for protect, which is perfect for me. And I'm inside. I'm just going to go for Side Shock as he's going to go into Metric, and that's dead. just dead. That's Metric gone. It's a huge threat out of my way, and that's very nice. He's going to go to Slow King. I'm going to sack off my Gefragus right here. Well, not sack off, I'm going to Scout. And that does so much. Gefragus, why are you so heavy? That reveals me that this is a Spec Slow King. I'm going to go into Larias. He's going to go into Tangrowth, which is fine by me. I'm just going to go for Side Shock here. Because it will kill Tangrowth from his range. I don't have to fear anything. I should probably go back to slow, yeah. Is there anything I missed in this that I didn't mention? Yeah, this grass on damage tells me this is a Specs Soaking, which is spooky. The Specs hits hard. Metric being gone is obviously huge as well. Which means Larias is a tiny bit more expendable, but I still need it for the Tangrowth. And yeah, I'm going for Side Shock on Tangrowth, and he switches in full. And since it is fully split F, it's gonna get 2-hit killed from his range. However, he's gonna want to keep it and go into his Slow King, which is going to take this super duper well, despite him being more offensive. I'm not max attack, I'm not Life Orb, so he chooses that does nothing. And I know I can live in Ice Beam, and I want to get rid of these rocks because they're just annoying. It's not like they do much. It's not like they make much of a difference. Not my best play, to be honest. I should have probably just switched into Aloe right away, but I don't. But I'm going to do it now. Go into my Alamola and keep my Ladies at super low health. Not my best play. Definitely not. And Mouldy makes a good play, predicts my Alamola to come in, and goes into his Tangrowth, and that just puts more pressure on my team. I'm not a fan of it. So, I wanted to preserve my Alamola for the Entei. I'm going to switch out of here into my, I think, Fagris. This is what I go into. Yes, no, maybe, yes. Sack off my Fagris, which could have 6 out his team. But I wasn't patient enough to do it, so. Yeah, I didn't care enough, so. Sorry, Bob, but you're going down. And now I can bring in Terrakion. First time it's in, and something's gonna die. Tangrowth is gonna die from this range. Entei doesn't take it. Soaking gets 3 killed by Adamant Choice Battle Close Combat, and Florges is gonna die from this range. So I can just click CC, which is what I would have done in the anti-game anyway. Like every time I came in early game, I would just click it anyway. So Close Combat, that's dead Florges. That's this piece of shit out of the way that annoyed Michael Fagris to helm back. Yeah, it's dead. So many different kinds of dead. So he's gonna bring in Tangrowth again. It can live a hit from this range, because Tangrowth is fat. It's not gonna take it well, but it can take it. So I'm gonna go to God of War, Grace Regenerate, which is pretty nice because I know I can live every hit from this thing. Gear Drain does nothing. I'm a relatively bulky God of War, almost max HP, and it does nothing. I'm just gonna fire over Moonblast because nothing really appreciates it. I get a special attack drop. And do around half from his current HP. He's gonna go for knockoff, get rid of my specs, which means I cannot 2-hit kill him anymore. So my throat is still hurting, but that's fine. I'm gonna switch out here because I do have a generator, meaning I can live hits. I'm gonna into my Ladis here, expecting him to just go for a Giga Drain. We're going to. Did I predict the switch into the thing? Nope, I didn't. So he's gonna go into Entei, and I don't. Well, I'm gonna make a ballsy play and go into my Terrakion right here. He could have gone for Sacred Fire, but I felt like his safest play was just gonna be E-Speed, or something to hit Alomola, maybe Stone Edge. So I didn't feel he could go for Sacred Fire and risk the thing, taking damage, and just go for his safe E-Speed because he's not banded, I'm pretty sure. So, he's gonna go for the Stone Edge, however. That does nothing, even though he gets a crit, because Terrakion is pretty bulky actually. And this is just a game of something dies again. Slowking has a chance to live 2 close combat, so what I'm gonna do is click this Stone Edge button, and I'm gonna hit, because, hey, I'm gonna hit the game. This is funny because Larius did 17% to it last time before it switched out of getting Regenerator back, and this is 83%. So perfect teamwork there in theory, but, you know, Regenerator. So, I'm gonna risk it here and say and go for another Stone Edge, and that hits, and that's Slowking. If I would have missed there, I probably would have lost. Maybe. Probably not. I don't know. Yeah. He's gonna bring in Tangrowth. I'm not willing to stay in. I'm gonna go into my Gardevoir, which got the Regenerator back, which I traced from the thing, which is beautiful. As he's just gonna go for the safe Giga Drain again, getting recovery back, and that's fine with me because I can get chip damage off on the thing to the point where Regenerator doesn't bring it back to full. And this time he's gonna Leaf Storm, knock me out, and that's a dead Gardevoir. But it put in work, it got huge pressure off on his team and killed Demonetric. Yeah, Gardevoir, you're pretty cool. You're pretty cool. Dude, girl, I don't know. But now I can bring in Terrakion again, because the thing dies from his range, which was my plan all along. So, he brings an Entei. That's not taking a close combat. Nope. Rip. Just dead. Gone. It was there, and then it wasn't anymore. And it's rip. So many different kinds of dead. So, he's gonna bring in Tangrowth again, and... Okay, this is a 50-50. If he goes for a knockoff and kills my Latias from this range, I feel like I still have a chance to choke this away. Just because with Giga Drain recovery he would get from killing my Greninja after I go for an Ice Beam or a Gunk Shot, he would be at a decent amount of health to maybe live a close combat from Terrakion. Yeah, but there wasn't. I could not have choked this game away at this point, I don't think. And I think I cancelled this play a lot of times. I thought about it a lot, and the play I ended up making was staying in with Terrakion, expecting a knockoff, expecting my Latias. However, Sean has different opinions and went with another play that I clicked many times. I clicked buttons and got Latias, and that works out perfectly because he does just go for the safe Giga Drain, and I basically win at this point. He cannot kill me with knockoff. I can roost up, and then he can't kill me. And yeah, this is going to be me roosting up until I have a decent health, and I'm going to whittle him down to the point where Terrakion or Greninja can kill him safely, and it's going to be a happy old fun time. So, he's going to go for another knockoff. At this point, I'm just going to go for a Side Shock because that will do chip damage. Doesn't do anything though, but I knew I could live another knockoff and then go for Draco and have him be in range. He gets a crit, but I live on 1% because Latias is a god. And I'm going to drop a Draco this one as planned. That's a 40% Tangrowth and a dead Latias, but Latias put in the finest of work this game. Huge team player, taking hits, getting chip damage off. And I asked him which one he wants to be killed by. Is it Terrakion or Greninja? He said Terrakion, so I'm going to go on Terrakion, click the win button again, and that is the 3-0 victory for Bayern Mewnich against the Wolverhampton Wongullers and Mouldy pot. 4 kills for Terrakion. GG Mouldy. That was a fun one, even though it was fucking 60 turns, which is ridiculous. But that's all thanks to Cafragus being the guy that it is and not getting spit out drops and shit. So, yeah, I enjoyed this game. I think Aloe didn't do much this game. Did do very well last game. Greninja didn't even see the field. And everyone else put in the finest of work. I'm really, really happy with this game. Except for me switching out with Fragrance, which, I don't know. I don't know if it was my best play. I just didn't feel like staying in there and getting spit out drops and fishing for them. Blah. With him having Protect and Wish and shenanigans like that, and special attack drop chances with Moonblast, he probably would have won 1v1 anyway, and stopped me out of my Shadow Ball PP. and I really didn't feel like doing that. I just switched out, and it all worked out in the end, you know. Confederates is kind of sad because it didn't get 6 kills, but it got 1. You know, it's more than Crobat and Nido Queen got in my first PPL season. So be happy, right? Yeah. Terrakion just 4 kills, fucking monster that it is. As planned, it just put in the finance of work. Godova killed Team Electric, which was very huge, and Greninja was there. It could have done something, but it never had to. So that was pretty nifty. In hindsight, if I had U-turn, I probably would have gone into it at some point. Expecting Silken could have gone for U-turn, but I didn't. So, yeah. I think that's all it is. Terrakion is now 4-0, which I think is number 1 in the MVP race, maybe? Potentially? Perhaps? Not sure. But yeah, Terrakion is probably MVP of this game just because 4 fucking kills. It puts so much pressure on Mouldy's team, but honorable mentions to Latias and God of War. Confederates, you wasted your potential, buddy. Yeah, God of War and Latias are the backup MVPs, I guess. I don't fucking know, man. So that's gonna be the game. SCL Week 2. We are 2-0. We are. Wait, let me think. I think we're tied for first place with Sork. Last game hasn't played yet between Hada and Cass, though that actually not Cass. Hada could be in front of us, which would be a thing. Would be pretty cool because he doesn't have much league experience, and him being number 1 would be pretty cool for him. So that's that. I hope you all enjoyed. As I said, make sure to check out Mouldy. He's a fantastic dude. I love him. And praise Wolfdick. Thank you for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment, leave some nudes. I will appreciate all 3 of those, and hopefully see you guys next time. Goodbye.